Hi guys, it's Simon C. Welcome to this new AI radar. Today I'll talk about artificial intelligence used to enrich digital maps, to spot dental frauds, to preserve privacy, in analysis of text, and much more. Creating detailed maps is an expensive, time-consuming process done by big tech companies. A solution is to unleash machine learning models on satellite images, but roads can be occluded by trees and buildings. So the MIT and QCRI researchers describe RoadTagger, which uses a combination of neural network architectures to automatically predict the number of lanes and road types behind obstructions. In testing RoadTagger on occluded roads from digital maps of 20 US cities, the model counted lane numbers with 77% accuracy and inferred road types with 93% accuracy. The researchers are also planning to enable RoadTagger to predict other features such as parking spots and bike lanes. This was an article from news.mit.edu. The National Health Care Anti-Fraud Association said it isn't aware of statistics that capture the extent of dental fraud, reports the Wall Street Journal. However, it's definitely out there, said CEO Luis Sacoccio, CEO of Pearl. Pearl uses machine learning to compare a new image against others in its repository to check for duplicates and near duplicates. It then uses AI along with semantic analysis to see if the image and the treatment described on the claim match the procedure for which the dental firm is seeking reimbursement, ensuring, for instance, that the dentist isn't doing a dental implant when the image shows the patient likely needed a filling. On Amazon, an article about preserving privacy in analysis of textual data. Amazon strives to maintain the highest possible standards of both security and privacy when dealing with customer data. While we can apply standard differential privacy in the space of word embeddings, says Dr. Tom Deeth, Applied Science Manager in Amazon Research, Cambridge, UK. Doing so would lead to poor performance, he says. Differential privacy requires that any data point in a dataset can be replaced by any other, without an appreciable effect on the results of aggregate analysis. But we want to cast a narrower net, replacing a given data point only with the one that lies near it in the semantic space of words. Hence we consider a more general definition known as metric differential privacies, which works by essentially, he says, rephrasing the customer supplied text and basing analysis on the new phrasing rather than on the customer's own language. CB Insights found that global AI startup investment reached a new high of $26.6 billion in 2019, with early-stage deals continuing to dominate, according to VentureBeat. The Technology Review reports that IBM's debating artificial intelligence just got a lot closer to being a useful tool. We make decisions by weighing pros and cons. Artificial intelligence has the potential to help us with that by sifting through ever-increasing amounts of data. But to be truly useful, it needs to reason more like a human. We make use of persuasive language and all sorts of background knowledge that is very difficult to model in AI, says Jackie Visser of the Centre for Argument Technology at the University of Dundee, UK. This has been one of the holy grails since people started thinking about artificial intelligence, a core technique used to help machines reason known as argument mining involves building software to analyze written documents and extract key sentences that provide evidence for or against a given claim. These can then be assembled into an argument, as well as helping us make better decisions. Such tools could be used to catch fake news or to filter online search results, returning relevant statements rather than whole documents. Wall-E syndrome, not a real thing, describes the fear of a future dystopia, inhabited by oblivious people who are totally reliant on AI-powered machines to perform even the simplest of tasks, and our species might intellectually regress because of that. That's not the case according to evolutionary theory, though. Indeed, it's not hard to imagine people made healthy by AI-guided personalized nutrition and medication, drooling their way through a subservient existence. There was an article from the Next Web. Recent work suggests that in order to train effective neural networks to represent complex data, you can get rid of both backpropagation and labeled data. Cindy Lowe, Peter O'Connor and Bastian Wheeling propose Greedy Infomax. A paper has been published to the preprint server archive.org. Greedy Infomax, an unsupervised method for learning to extract features that trains only one layer at a time. GIM uses the previous layer's output as the next layer's input to train each layer independently. This differs from the usual backpropagation, in which all layers learn at once. In image classifications, GIM beat CPC by 1.4%, achieving 81.9% accuracy. In a voice identification task, GIM underperformed CPC by 0.2%, scoring 99.4% accuracy. Last Monday, January the 20th, the Urban Management Department of Suzhou, a city of 6 million in Anhui province in China, sparked outrage online when it published surveillance photos taken by street cameras of 7 residents wearing pajamas in public, along with parts of their names, government identification numbers, and the location where their uncivilized behavior had taken place. The scope of facial recognition in China, where enthusiasm for new digital tools often outpaces their abilities, is far from clear, reports New York Times. Still, many Chinese people have embraced the technology. However, it's clear that people wear pajamas because they are comfortable. When celebrities wear pajamas to an event, they are called fashionable, a user named Kai Shen Jie wrote. But when ordinary people wear pajamas to walk around on the streets, they are called uncivilized. Facebook published on archive.org a paper in which it describes how neural networks have a reputation for being better at solving statistical or approximate problems than at performing calculation or working with symbolic data. Facebook researchers show that they can be surprisingly good at more elaborate tasks in mathematics, such as symbolic integration and solving differential equations. They propose a syntax for representing mathematical problems and methods for generating large datasets that can be used to train sequence-to-sequence models. They claim they achieve results that outperform commercial computer algebra systems such as MATLAB or Mathematica. Also on archive.org there's this paper in which Google researchers describe how transformers in natural language processing have a problem. If you want them to understand contextual information over a lot of text, say many thousands of words, they use up a lot of computing power. With Reformer, Google has created a system that can look at the context window of up to 1 million words, but still do all that processing on a single AI accelerator chip using only 16 gigabytes of memory. We believe that this will help large, richly parameterized transformer models become more widespread and accessible, write the researchers. Okay guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's all for today. See you next time with AI Radar. Bye.